Good morning, St. Francis, and good morning, people of God. It is Monday, the 31st day of October, 2022. It is Monday of the 31st week in Ordinary Time. It is All Hallows Eve. Happy Halloween, everybody. Coming to you from, again, one of the side entrances into the school. This is our cafeteria, Jacoba Hall. But as we are in the south, autumn comes a little bit late. Autumn color comes a little bit late. And so it is finally entering into the area over here. Some beautiful red maples right there behind this other tree over here. So looking very fallish. Cloudy day today for the spookiness of Halloween. So hopefully it'll continue to be a nice day for everybody. In today's readings, again, Halloween is not about ghosts and demons only. And again, our ability to laugh at them because we know that our life is secure in Christ always, and we do not have Hollywood to tell us that there are demons prowling about everywhere trying to possess our bodies, etc., etc., etc. There is enough problems in the world without having demons enter into it. The reality, though, of Halloween is generosity, because on this Eve of All Saints Day, the saints whose lives were marked in many ways by a generous spirit, by a generous understanding of what it meant to be human, of what it meant to respond to each other in this world, and to respond because of the love of Christ that we feel and we experience in and through one another. That generosity is highlighted today in basically trick-or-treating, because you're basically giving out food, snacks, candies, whatever it is, to people who you generally don't know. You may know most of them, but there might also be people who you don't know, and they do not have to ask for anything except to say trick-or-treat. But they do not have to work for it. They do not have to pay for it. They shouldn't have to pay for it. They don't have to earn it. It is basically true and understandable gift. And that is what the two readings are about today. The letter to the Philippians, we begin today after having left the letter to the Ephesians. And Paul asks the Philippians to be of one mind and one heart, to be generous with each other, to care for each other, to look after each other's needs. And again, the sense of that generosity being something that marks the understanding of what it means to be a believer in this world, about being somebody who understands the difference that Christ makes in our human relationships and our relationships, especially that we have with God. In Luke's gospel today, Jesus cautions the Pharisees not to invite people so that to dinner banquets and things like that, so they can repay you with even better dinners and things like that, because again, that characterized in many ways, first century culture among the elites, is that they tried to outdo themselves, in hosting dinner parties, so that people would think that they were well off or well established or whatever it was, and many of them would go into financial ruin. Jesus says, don't do that. Invite the poor, invite those who cannot repay you, invite those at the margins, invite those people who may not have ever had an invitation to a banquet, because you will be blessed because of their inability to repay you. It's about generosity. It is always about generosity. And the understanding of being a believer in this world is a generosity that knows no bounds, that can excel in all kinds of ways, that is extravagant and wasteful sometimes and meaningless, but still generous. That is who we're called to be always as believers in this world. And Halloween perhaps can become one sign of that, one part of it, in this idea of giving out of the generosity of ourselves to those who come to our doors. And may the Lord give you his peace.